May 10th, 2022. I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here, Transition Army. Transition Army. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. But you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, ladies and gentlemen. On this nice day, almost like a summery, if that's a word, type of day here in New York City. Hey, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Transition Tuesdays. Let me give you some hand claps right about now. This is what I do. This is what I do for you, Transition Army. This is for you. So thank you for joining us. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, we have an action-packed show once again. But before I get started, I always like to state my intentions. And my intentions is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transition. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays, each and every Tuesdays, right here, live and in effect. All right? So, before I be remiss, actually, I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all of the women of the mothers of the universe, past, present, and future. Happy belated birthday to you as well. Man, I want to break down and I want to get some feedback from everybody out there. How was your Mother's Day? Did you celebrate with your mother? Is she's living? If you're fortunate like I am, my mom is still here. How did you celebrate? Did you celebrate or if your mom passed or something, were you able to go by a gravesite or something like that? But how did you celebrate your Mother's Day? And I want to give a quick shout out. She usually comes on board, but I want to give a quick shout out to Felicia. Felicia, she had a Mother's Day feast and dinners. Man, it was an exquisite time. Man, shout out to you, Felicia. Man, she created a dinner for my mom and her mom, and this is the first time that the moms got a chance to meet. So, got to give it up to Felicia. We had everything there. We had ribs, we had chicken, we had, oh my God, mac and cheese, we had cabbage. Man, we had beans, we had everything you could imagine. We had it. We had great conversation as well. Shout out to the King of Harlem. My brother Ellis was there with his girlfriend Jeannie. We had the house rocking. It was a lot of fun, loads of fun, just sharing stories. Oh, man, it was amazing. So, Felicia, I thank you very much so for making this past Mother's Day, one for the ages. And I thank you so much. I thank you. But, so I want to know how you guys, Mother's Day, if you are a mom, how did you celebrate Mother's Day? I remember reading something they were saying like, the average mother, only thing they want on Mother's Day just to be left alone. We'll get some peace and quiet. Did you get that peace and quiet for you? Because you deserve it there, moms out there. Hope you got the peace and quiet. Hope you got all your gifts. Hope you got your flowers when you can smell them so you can smell them now. Hope you got your food, or maybe you just got some little peace of mind. That's important too. So, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy belated Mother's Day. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have you, the Transition Army. You and I are going to converse today. There's a number of topics that we can talk about. And the first one I want to talk about today is the Dallas Mavericks fan. This young guy, I can't call that guy a gentleman. He decides to put hands on a family member of Chris Paul. All right. So if you guys haven't heard about this, the last game in Dallas, the NBA playoffs is going on. Phoenix Suns against the Dallas Mavericks. You have a guy. We couldn't see it, what they showed the pictures of it. But apparently we see this guy being taken off or leaving the premises with his mom in tow too. What's up with that, mom? Seemed like mom was in debate mode with the family as well. And how dare a mother on this Mother's Day acting a fool and playing into her son acting a fool and putting hands on a player's family member? Man, and I know Chris Paul, he he was heated after this. I know Chris Paul had a quote on Twitter. Chris Paul said, "You want to find players for saying stuff to the fans, but the fans can put their hands on our families? Fuck that." So Chris Paul was angry about that situation. And I clearly saw Chris Paul when that fan was leaving the arena with his mom in tow. He clearly stopped that fan. He said, "Okay, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you." So I don't know what that means, but how can that happen? How can that happen? How can a situation like that get out of hand in which a fan is putting hands on somebody? Which is crazy. These fans have been bugging out, man. These fans have been bugging out. I think, some people say maybe the family members should be staying at home. No, I don't agree with that. I think maybe family members should maybe have a lot of maybe under plain clothes security guards. Maybe they should be there, maybe doing the job. Maybe that way they're undercover and maybe they can handle the situation before something escalates. Maybe something like that could be done. Maybe we can do like on tickets for like a baseball game. They talked about, foul balls. They're not they're not liable for that, or an act of God. They're not liable for that. But maybe on the ticket, maybe the ticket should say in an NBA arena, if you as a fan put your hands on a family member of the NBA, of the players, maybe you deserve to get your ass whipped. All right, that should be stated on on your ticket, because that is totally outrageous. Here's a guy who's playing Chris Paul. Now he has to deal with that. An unruly fan, a young kid at that, and shame on the moms. Seems like she was engaging with the nonsense as well. The kid, I'm prone to say maybe the mom started it, the kid was engaged with it, so she gave him the license to act a fool and maybe push somebody. Nah, you don't get to do that. A push like that, you could get your ass whipped, and maybe you should. Maybe that might learn the lesson from you. And he seemed like a very young kid as well, too. What's going on, Karen? We got Karen join us. What's going on, Karen? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Happy belated Mother's Day to you as well, Karen. We also got Felicia checking in from The Rock. All right, she's checking in with her mom, Miss OD, as well. Welcome, Felicia. Welcome, Miss OD. If you just joined us, ladies, I just gave glowing reports and a review of the dinner that you proposed, that you put forth, that you organized, Felicia, and I thank you, and I want to just publicly thank you for making this a very special day. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us as well. So, man, that fan deserved to get his ass kicked. It just escorted him out. He was very lucky, and shame on that mom who was looking like she was co-signing on it. She was probably in there mixing it up too, yelling and screaming and stuff like that. Because how can a young kid like that, the kid seemed very young, but what gives you the right to put your hands on a family member of a player? If you do that and I'm just thinking about stuff out the box, out loud, how you can prevent these things. The kid should have been arrested for assault, because if he was outside of the arena, if he did that in front of a police officer, he'd be charged for assault. The same precedent should take place in this case as well. That kid should be charged with assault. Shoot, the mom should be assault too. It'd be charged for assault as well. That's how you might correct this matter. Because if we don't do anything, it's going to continue on, and you're not going to be satisfied. You're not going to be satisfied. Here's another remedy. You're not going to be satisfied until a player comes up and beats the crap out of you. Maybe that might have to be doing it. Maybe that might have to be the justice that might have to proceed. Man, tell you what, take that kid out back when the game is finished, over, have that player, let's say if it was Chris Paul in this case, take that kid in the room, 5 minutes, keep him in that room, he come out, justice served, justice due. Because if you think you have the right to put your hands on a family member, you deserve to get your ass whipped. Not kicked, but whipped. All right? Just saying. Just saying on that. So, hopefully we don't have any more copycat stuff going on as well. But, Yeah, we got to rectify this. We got to charge these people. These people have to be charged with assault. That might be a deterrent for these people, because these people think that just because they bought a ticket, they could do anything that they want. That ticket don't cause you to do anything you want. That ticket cause you to get your ass kicked. Just saying. All right? Just saying, man. So, and speaking of violence, there's more violence to report and talk about. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, but you had Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, the GOAT, was attacked on stage in L.A., the Hollywood Bowl, I believe it was. Here's a man that was attacked on stage. Just like Chris Rock was attacked, kind of situation, but a little bit different. All right, let's go over the particulars. So, you had Dave Chappelle doing his thing, he as the GOAT, a modern day GOAT of comedy, he's doing his thing. Next thing you know, a guy charged, a 23-year-old kid, and I'm going to say kid, I don't know what he was thinking about, charges the stage, and he was able to get on stage because he had a plastic gun that had a knife attached to it. And I think through him having a plastic gun, that got through the metal detector. And you got to understand this too. When you go to a Dave Chappelle concert, you go to a Kevin Hart concert, you go to a Chris Rock concert, all phones are put away. All right? So they have these little pouches that you put your phone in, then they lock it up, and you come and get your phone later on. That way you get the experience of it. So, but somebody filmed this from far away. So I don't know how that got out there that way. But I tell you, Dave Chappelle got tackled by this 23-year-old guy. What gave this guy the gumption to think he was going to get away with that, number one? And he did not get away with it, ladies and gentlemen. Just like I talked about getting your ass kicked, what that kid should have did, I tell you what, that security took care of him backstage. But here's the deal. Security, y'all got to get a knock on this. Why so late? Man, and when that guy got on the stage, he should have been tackled. He shouldn't have got nowhere near Dave Chappelle. But he did. He tackled Dave Chappelle. Fight ensued. They brought him in the back. Man, they beat that guy to a bloody pulp. I heard like Jon Stewart was there, former comedians. I heard Busta Rhymes was in the back beating him down. Heard Jamie Foxx was in there, and I heard he came out with jokes. But the best joke of the night, now, I wasn't there, but I heard the best joke of that night because Chris Rock happened to be in the building when that happened. What did Chris Rock say? Was that Will Smith? That is a line. That is a bar. That is some good stuff, man. I tell you. That is really good. And, for me personally, I smell a Netflix special out of this situation, out of this incident. I smell a Netflix special. I also smell a Netflix special for Chris Rock and that smack incident as well. They're going to take this to the hilt. Man, you can't mess with a comedian. That's all you're doing is just giving this guy material to unleash. Do a tour. That's what's going to happen in this case. And speaking of unleashing, man, did they do a number on that 23-year-old kid. I know he went to the hospital. I saw the mug shots. He was bloody to a pulp, his face and everything. And again, ladies and gentlemen, did you see Transition Army? Did you see the shot of that guy's right arm? I heard that Dave Chappelle's security team, this is one guy in the security team, knows how to break an arm, I guess almost like a chicken wing type of deal. This guy's arm, you got to see, if you haven't seen pictures of it, this guy's arm was like inside out. It was crazy. Ridiculous. I think he broke his shoulder, probably broke his elbow, the whole nine. It was looking crazy. But hey, you get up there and do an act like that, you deserve to get beat down. You deserve to get beat down. Everything that happened to you, you deserve that. What gave this young man the gumption to think he could do that? Did he have a bet with somebody? Oh, watch this. Oh my God, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to live in infamy. I'm going to tackle Dave Chappelle. What would make a dude a guy do that? And I was reading that He had $30,000 bond, which I'm sure he paid, what have you. But, man, what is going to be a deterrent? What is going to be a deterrent for fans like this to attack somebody, a comedian or comedians on stage? What's going to be the deterrent? There has to be a deterrent there for that to be going on. There has to be a deterrent. I'm telling you, man, that's just crazy. Now, I have a solution, and again, I don't condone violence in my personal life, nor do I condone violence on Transition Tuesdays. But a deterrent might have to be, if somebody does that at a comedy club, it's going to be up to security, whoever's there. If that guy gets close enough or whatever, he unsteps his boundaries, this guy got to get shot. Maybe not shoot to kill, but shoot to maim, because that might be a deterrent. And that will let people know, hey, look, we're not playing any games in this comedic world, okay? So before you even think about doing something like that, if you got shot or something like that, I think that would be a deterrent personally, okay? But again, I guess these securities got to really step up their game, because how can all these guys emerge later on when Dave Chappelle gets tackled? What's up with the security? I know these guys out there are top of the line security, especially in the times in which we live in. But yeah, that can't happen again. And if it does, and again, I do not condone violence one iota. Okay, I'm not saying that. Don't condone violence. But something has to be done. We have to set a precedent. There has to be a deterrent. And that deterrent is maybe these people with mental health issues, whatever, I don't know what the case may be, but these people might have to be shot, to be maimed, not to be killed, okay? Because again, this might cause this to stop. And again, it's probably going to happen again, ladies and gentlemen. Transition Army, it's probably going to happen again. So we got to set a precedent. We got to have better security. These security got to tackle people on site. Man, they should have checked the security guard who was at the Golden State Warriors game. She had her eye, I don't know if you guys saw this particular video, but she had her eyes on this person the whole entire time. And when this young lady decided to jump on the court, bam, she came and tackled that lady. There's no problems, no incidents. She took care of business. So maybe maybe these comedians should hire that young lady, because she did her thing and didn't even have to use any weaponry at all. She just used her fist, and she used her tackling skills to the utmost to take care of business. So maybe Dave Chappelle should talk about that, or help or bring this lady on board as well, because we can't have that. We can't have that, ladies and gentlemen. We come here to have fun. I love comedy. I love going to events live, pre-pandemic. I'm looking forward to going to concerts coming up in the summertime as well. But we gotta have some constraint. This can't continue to happen. This can't continue to happen. No way. This cannot continue to happen. No way, no how. No way, no how. Can't happen. So shout out to my guest last week, Dwayne Bryant, who is a Georgetown Hoya icon. What he talked about last week, and it got me really thinking about. He shared the story with us how he was thinking about quitting the team at Georgetown. He was thinking about transferring, just quitting, just finishing, and just was done with it. But he didn't do it. He got intercepted by Jaren Jackson, who went. He kind of ratted on Dwayne, and he told Coach Thompson that he was he was on a plane about ready to get out of there, So it got me thinking about the question I want to propose to the Transition Army here on Transition Tuesdays. And that question is this: what was the moment? I really want you to think about this, because I'll share a story with you, but I really want to get your guys' thoughts. What was the moment you wanted to quit at something? Okay, what was that moment that you really wanted to quit at doing something? And part two to that question was, why didn't you go through with it? Okay, why didn't you go through with it? Okay, so I'll share. I'll be the first to share. Okay, and I'll be totally transparent. So when I was really going through it with my divorce and everything, there was a part which I was really at dire straits. I didn't think there was going to be I didn't think there was going to be a positive outcome with it because it was just crazy. I just said it was just crazy. So I remember one time I was on the train and I was heading to work in Brooklyn and I taking the 7 train. If anybody knows the 7 train in New York City, it's an outside train station in which you can see like the buildings, the buildings, there's high buildings right next side on the outside of the platform. So before the train was coming, I contemplated jumping in front of the train. I contemplated jumping, and I know I wasn't going to make it, Transition Army. I know this for a fact. But I really thought about, before that train came, I thought about jumping to the other side, see if I can make it to the roof of the building outside of the train station. Now, wouldn't make it. I knew this, okay? But I really contemplated that before the train was coming. And thank God, I'm going to chalk it up to God. I know who it was. Thank God I didn't do that. Because I was really contemplating doing that. I was kind of, just quitting in life because how things was going down. And I just got to be totally transparent with you all because that's what we do. We have honest conversation here. But I really thought about it. And God told me to step back when that train came. And when that train came, I passed, I let the train come into the station. I sat down in the chair and I was really, I was really going through it. I was going through an issue. I was really going through something. I was crying. And, but I think why, because the second part of that question I ask everybody, why I didn't go through with it. And the thing I was thinking about the whole entire time was my daughters. And how that stigma would be on them if I was to do something like that. How they would have to answer all the questions, why did your dad do that? And I didn't want that on my daughters. I did not want that on my daughters. And I thought about that. I fast forward to that. I thought about if I did this act, if I ended it now, that stigma will be, the questions will be, man, they will get an onslaught of questions. Why'd your dad do it? I mean, you might have a situation, maybe they think that the reason why I did it was because of them. Maybe they thought they was at fault for something, which was totally not the case during that venture, during that time that I was going through the stuff. But I didn't want them to have to answer those tough questions. I didn't want to put that stigma on them about their dad committing suicide. So that's the reason why I stepped back. Okay? Just being totally transparent with everybody here on Transition Tuesdays because, hey, that's what we do, guys. That's what we do. But I want to know, what was your moment that you wanted to quit at something? What was your moment? And why didn't you go through with it? Okay, why wouldn't you go through it? You hear the stories all the time, people just about to quit just before they're going to make history or do something big. And they don't quit. They keep trudging along. They keep going through it. Why is that the case? What makes what is in that person to do such a thing, not to quit? But I just want to share that, be total transparent with you guys, and I just thought about my daughters with not going through that, and I didn't want them to be a part of that. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that. So that was my reason why I didn't quit. That's why I didn't want to end it, because I got a lot of things to do. We got a lot of things to do here, Transition Army, with you and I. We got a lot of things doing. We got a lot of things to do. So thank God for God. Thank God for him just giving me the thought process on that. And I'll give that all to God why I didn't do that. And I'm so glad I didn't. That's why I'm here with you today. And I appreciate you guys. So, that's what it was. That's what it was. See if anybody's commenting. Nobody's commenting. Okay. So we're in this maybe a little shorter today, but that's okay. So, Ladies and gentlemen, while we're going over that, maybe some people might chime in. If they do, that would be lovely. If they don't, that's okay too, okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something. You have accomplished something major today, ladies and gentlemen. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory. You're here today. Celebrate that. It's the little things. It's the little things that mean a lot. The little things that mean a lot. Let's get my theme music going. Hey. Yes, sir. Ow. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for you watching Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesday right here on Transition Tuesdays. Thank you so much. Now, if you missed this episode and past episodes, you can head over to our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays. And do me a huge favor, everybody. When you're on there, please make sure you like and subscribe before you get off of the channel. Okay, I would greatly appreciate it. Would love for you to do that. And if you haven't been following me already, you can follow me on Instagram, or as the young people like to call it, IG. And my handle is Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. Okay, so hopefully you guys can follow me. You have the opportunity to do so. And if you follow me, I'll follow you back. Okay, make sure. I always do that. Okay. So, again, we didn't have a guest today, but guests of Transition Tuesdays receive a candy gift pack, compliments of our sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe, which is the home of Southern Sweetness, located in downtown Lumberton. So after the show, make sure you head over to sweetcandycafe.com and purchase your confectionery goodies. Okay? They ship home and abroad. Okay? Let's say if you don't like candy. Let's say you don't like candy. But there's always somebody, there's always a loved one who would love to receive candy, confectionery goodies, confectionery items. You know, maybe that might be a good thing to do. Send it to someone you love. Let's say if you don't like candy. And if you like candy, order it and devour it because it's that good at sweetcandycafe.com. So ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.